puts in, the deli container that you can see through everything.
Yeah.
I could not see one noodle. All I saw was like congealed cheese sauce.
So you had cheese soup with a couple of noodles?
It wasn't soup. It was thick. Like it was like they put a lot of flour in there or something. But
Huh.
I now know that I really don't have any worry about that that person. It was just interesting. It's just they're a roadside barbecue joint that they cook out of an old mobile home that they have turned into a roadside barbecue joint, and all the power to them. Keep doing your thing.
There's a lot of bad barbecue in Michigan, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's just, but it's the people that think that their bad barbecue is really good. Like, and because they've been around forever, they've trained the public to think their bad barbecue is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know how they do it. Like, I don't know how, and not them, but like,
Yeah.
you have barbecue joints that, and of course, if we go, we're probably snobs and think that if it's not ours, every barbecue joint is bad. And I don't. There are good things elsewhere. To me, it's different. Like, it's just really different.
So let's go back 20, 25 years in Michigan. Where barbecue competitions, there was one, maybe two. Maybe. Competition barbecue wasn't a thing, really. Not the way it is even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So the public didn't know. That stuff was good barbecue for Michigan. If you wanted barbecue, that's what you had available to you. Michigan barbecue wasn't a thing. Northern barbecue wasn't a thing. A lot has improved and changed in the last couple decades.
Yeah, that's true.
There is better barbecue out there, but there is still a lot of bad barbecue because barbecue's become a trendy thing. So everybody wants to try to do it. So
you want to get into barbecue? You want to get into a barbecue?
Family love it.
You want to, yeah. So I can now say that when I first started barbecuing, that I served a lot of bad barbecue. Like, just starting out, I served ribs that I wouldn't serve to my dog. I have to cough again. There's also another barbecue food truck in my area that is setting up at a local breakfast diner. He's taking over Thursdays and Sundays, and he's doing all you can eat. Okay, all you can eat barbecue. So, but it's not all you can eat. It's all you can eat of what you pick. So you get 2 meats, 2 sides.
Okay.
$37.
What the fuck?
Hold on, I gotta pull up the menu because it's I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
I'll take ribs and brisket, and I will put that place out of business in a day.
There's absolutely zero upcharge. Okay, so all you can eat meat. Sorry, it's two meats, 1 side. All you can eat meat for $37. So pulled pork, brisket, chicken quarters, bacon, and jerk chuck roast.
All right, honey, bring your big purse.
Bring the IKEA bag.
Yeah.
And then his sides are fries, smoked mac and cheese, onion blooms, which I assume are like the petals.
A bloomin' onion.
No, because it's only $4. It better not be a whole bloomin' onion for $4. I think it's the onion petals.
Okay.
Like the pieces of a bloomin' onion. And cornbread. So all you can eat. $37. You want to go?
No. No, I don't.
So then
sounds good.
Then he has a la carte. So his per pound price, $14 for pork, $26 for brisket, $14 for chicken quarters, which each chicken quarter, if he's using the jumbos, are about a pound a piece. So he's starting $14 for a chicken quarter. $20 a pound for bacon, and $24 a pound for jerk chuck roast.
Okay. I understand what he's doing, and I would say the majority of people aren't going to go and get 4 pounds of meat. If he's smart, I'd say you do a quarter pound of the 2 meats each. And most people aren't going to eat more than that because they're going to be full by the time they eat their 2 meats at a side, I think. Most people. But they think they can eat more than they can. So he's probably doing okay on it. If I really put my mind to it, I could swallow a couple pounds of, of meat. You know,
well,
if you or I did it, I have customers that would sit there for hours.
So here's the thing.
So
here's the thing. So I've had his brisket.
Okay.
Little chewy. So maybe he'll get the people
too tired. Too tired to eat more.
Yes. Anyway, so that's yeah.
All right, let's move on because we've been 50 minutes of a solid show and we got another 40 to go. And
I still haven't talked about my week yet.
I know. What the hell? How was your week, Skippy? Let's do that next. We got you. Skippy, how was your Friday, Saturday?
Slow for some reason. So we went over the pre-orders. That was a hit.
Keep talking about your Friday, Saturday. I'm gonna go grab my water real quick.
Okay. Say hi to the kids.
Okay.
So we were there 4 to 8 on Friday and 3 to 7 on Saturday. Last weekend we had probably one of our best weekends so far. This weekend we're back to normal. It was a slower weekend, but ribs are still a hot seller. I do a case of ribs a weekend, or 2 cases of ribs a weekend, a case of ribs a day, and I sell out every time. And we were talking about pre-orders in the beginning of the episode. I'd love to hear how people inform their patrons about pre-orders. So I'll give you an example. So Saturday, I had a lady come in and buy 8 brisket plates and 2 racks of ribs. Like, that's a person that I would love to have pre-order. How do you tell them? I talked to one of our friends, JT, and he's like, he kind of makes a joke about it. Like, hey, what am I going to serve to everybody else? You can always pre-order. Pre-order next time or whatever. And that's a great way to do it. You know, it kind of takes you're telling them, hey, thanks for buying us out, but we'd love to serve you and the rest of the customers.
And that's how we handle it. We just say, we really appreciate the order. If you're going to order in this quantity, just give us a heads up,
Yeah.
Let us know the day before if you know. And we can make sure we have enough food for everybody. So,
but do you put not limits on it, but do you put minimums on it? Like, if you're going to pre-order, please do X amount.
No,
because I worry because you'll have somebody like pre-order, a half pound of brisket,
and then I just ignore it.
So it's
I need a half pound of brisket for $11.15. I'm like, all right, just come up to the truck.
Yeah, get here at 11:15.
Yeah, get here at 11:15. You'll be okay.
I love seeing regulars, people that have come every single day, families that have come every single day. We did have a good dine-in crowd. I showed up on Saturday, and the downtown area had a sip-in shop, and the parking lot for the cafe was full. And I look inside the window and I see like 3 people. Oh. So they basically decided to use the parking lot as parking. We did have a couple stragglers come in and get something to go. But overall, I think we did about 38 covers in a weekend. It's okay.
You said at least when I talked to you Saturday, you said it was the slowest Friday you've had there.
It was the slowest. We did more on Saturday than we did Friday.
Okay. What was the weather like on
It-
Friday?
Warm, nice, like just the first real nice Friday. So I chalked it up to maybe they're out grilling, maybe they're doing yard work, maybe they're doing something that mom's cooking at home or dad's cooking at home or something like that, and that's fine. And
Yeah.
I had a good long talk with JT, because for people who don't know, JT's been in the business for a little while, and he'll answer a phone call. Actually, he called me back, so I can't say that.
I answer every time you call me.
I know. It's ebb and flows. He's like, if you're ever gonna open something, it's ebb and flows. It's like once you have nice days, then you'll see a pickup, like nice days in a row, and like, that's fine. So we that was our fun. That was our fun week. I think I was. Have you ever been in a bad mood and just nothing really helps your mood? That was
Every
my
day.
Saturday. Right. My Saturday, I was just in a funk. I wasn't myself. Not to mention the owner of the coffee cafe decided to, and I hope he's listening, um, decided to clean his panini press with a scraper.
Is that when you asked me about my panini press?
No.
Oh.
Clean his panini press with a scraper on high power. So smoke started filling area. So let's open both doors, the front door and the back door, and it's chilly on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, opening the back door is right behind me when I'm trying to put food together, and it's just instantly cooling the food down. And that's not the barbecue smell that I really wanted people to partake in. Anyway, so other than that.
So your Friday leads me to, and I said the same thing, well, it's the first real nice day of the year, and that kind of leads us to a post that I had over the weekend and today again.
See the segues? I'm great at segues.
Great job. You're so good. So good, Skip. What was that?
That was my... I still had TikTok open on my phone when I powered my phone back on. That was Taylor Swift.
I lost my train of thought now.
Some segue about a post you did.
Yeah. Okay. So, as we all know, there's a 1.5 million things that affect our sales day to day. What's your top 3, do you think? The top 3 things that affect sales, and don't just say weather.
No, I have an awning now, so I really can't say weather ever again.
Yes, you can.
True. So, all right. So weather can't be one of the 3, or is that just a given?
You need more specific.
Okay. Torrential downpour.
Uh-huh.
I can deal with sprinkling. Sprinkling's fine. People go out and sprinkling all the time, but like if it's downpouring, I personally think you're up a creek without a paddle. I think the dynamic between you and your helper, if there is one, I think if one of you are having a bad day, it's just going to lead to having a bad day. Unless you can talk through it, and that's fine. If you can talk through it, everything's good. But if somebody comes on the trunk and they're just in a pissed off mood and they don't know how to let it go, that I'm just saying it could lead to a bad day.
Okay.
And I think your own attitude can lead you to a bad day. If there's something you just can't get over. And I'm not going to talk about where you parked. I'm not going to talk about stuff like that. I mean, you could also, on the flip side, say 100-degree day is going to lead you to bad sales. But I mean,
so too hot, too cold.
See, I don't know if too cold does, because people are still driving. I think people expect food trucks to be relatively fast, and they can always order and get back in their car. So
see, I'm so opposite from you. I never expect to be served fast at a food truck. Like, I expect a 10-minute wait time. even if I'm the only one there.
Yeah,
I
I think they expect it to be fast and fresh.
yeah.
And if they only knew, some people, they only knew. But yeah, I think they expect it to be. Okay, so that's a different expectation between you and me.
Yeah.
Like if I go to a food truck, I hate waiting 5 minutes for something.
So you go to a truck that they're making burgers to order. You expect to be in and out in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Are you ordering any sides like fries or anything?
No, just if I just order a
Just
burger.
one burger.
Yeah.
I think a burger you can be done. Yeah.
I think fries can be done because
How
how
about a pizza?
So okay, great question. So yeah, I actually do, to the point of depending on how many people are in line, right? So our pizza guy Tiki Sam's, we've had him on the podcast,
Mhm.
boasts that he can do a pizza in 90 seconds. Wood-fired pizza in 90 seconds.
As long
If
as
you're
there's
gonna,
room in there.
yeah, if you're gonna boast that, because you're making what, an 8-10 inch pizza, 90 seconds. Like that should, like, my longest time should be ordering the damn thing.
Yeah.
But so yeah,
by the time you're done scrounging around for your bills and your wallet or your card and going through the process, your pizza should be done.
Now I understand that it takes longer to make the pizza than it probably does cooking it, like to prep the pizza so he can grab it. But I think that's yeah, he can cook it in 90 seconds, but it takes 5 minutes for the pizza to be built.
Bubba says heat, location, and quality of food. So more specifically, I'm talking not overall sales, but the differences day to day. So like you had on Friday, it was the first nice day that we've had. So conversely, if we get to middle of July and August, where it's 100 degrees and we have a heat index of 115, that first day that we cool off, we're busier.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So whenever we have like the spring where like it rains for a week or there's a chance of rain for a week, and we have a nice day, I don't expect us to be busier that day than the rest of that stretch of rain until we get a couple back to back. I assume they're going to be slow days.
But I think for you though, because you set up in different locations every week, so if you're set up in a prime location and it's raining,
mm-hmm.
and then you go to your marathon station or something like that, and it's nice out,
mm-hmm.
do you expect the same thing?
So yeah, and then is it weather or location? I don't know.
Yeah.
So this is what we perceive to be. Yeah.
But you're going to go to the MEC, right? And let's say if it's raining 2 weeks before, and you go to
it for there, it doesn't matter. We'll be busy no matter what the weather is.
Wiseman, you can use Wiseman as a
Wiseman.
example.
Wiseman's a good example. Any of the places that we set up regularly, we definitely notice that kind of pattern.
Yeah.
If it's the first nice day, I mean, because people are trying to take advantage. They're trying to get their lawns mowed. They're trying to get, their lard picked up from from the winter or the 5 gallon bucket lately? Of dog poop. 5 gallon bucket for my dogs, and I cleaned up before Christmas.
You're one of those guys that just covers it and throws it in the garbage, don't you? You just go out and get a brand new 5 gallon bucket every time.
Hell yeah, it's like $3. In the summer, because we have to do it more frequently, I'll put a garbage bag in it and then just take the garbage bag out. When we get to winter cleanup and it's a full 5 gallon bucket, you have to just pop a lid on it and throw it in the trash. And I have extra buckets now from the mud, so it's all good. Pam says Gizzy's, oh good lord, Gizzy's of Nutley Pizza has a 15-minute turnaround and they have awesome pizza. Yes, this is so Pam sent me a picture of the staff on this truck. There was a woman wearing a dress with cats riding pizza slices. She thought it would be a good idea for us for uniforms.
She's the neighborhood cat lady, isn't she?
Superstition wise, what are things you don't do on your truck?
Superstition wise.
So we have forbidden words.
So I think I'm going to use the words I hate / I don't like to do. I don't like to prep the meat before I get to an event, like slice it and stuff like that. I don't like to pre-do anything. Once it's done, throw it in the warmer, and then when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
And I don't know why. Could be just laziness, but anyway. I always take the same route to every spot, even though there's probably a better route, just because I know the turning. I can make every turn with the trailer.
Yeah.
I know there's easier routes to go places.
We definitely have some locations where we pull into a parking lot like 3 driveways down from where we actually will be, just because the turning is easier. And we drive by office windows if we go in a different part of the. So we drive really slow through the parking lot so everybody gets a chance to see the food truck driving by.
See, at that point is when you need the smoker going so everybody can smell everything too.
A couple more from Justin. He says the calendar for him. The first 5 days of every month is usually really good for us. People budget month by month and have more disposable income. Not something I ever would have thought of, and probably something I will pay attention to this year to see if we are similar. And then he says, you can't say it's going to be really busy. 100%. We've had some.
That's a jinx. Yeah, that's a jinx.
Yeah, we can't say looks like a sellout or we're gonna head home early. We've been flying through food, and Chris will text his wife, so it looks like we're heading home early or something like that, and then we don't have another order for an hour and a half, and throw away a half pan of pork.
I like that. Yeah, sounds right.
I know it means nothing, and it doesn't matter, but
it's a jinx.
It does.
That's all it is. It's jinx.
Kind of like saying 7 when you're at a craps table. You don't do it. All right. Cool. Thank you, everybody. Good job. I have 2 more things. Something I tried to ask you about last week that you wanted to push off to this week. And we will save that for... You don't even remember, do you?
Don't.
All right.
I don't know why you do that to me.
So we start full-time again in 4 weeks. 4 weeks tomorrow. And the lentil season starts this week.
It does. Yeah.
We have an early Easter this year. So the good news is, for me, we've always struggled on Fridays during Lent. We're always have been slower. Bubba says, never check your sales first hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've always struggled with Lent.
Hold on. I'll squirrel moment off of that. Yeah. Off of what he just said. We did that Saturday because I thought we were busy. I have to cough again. And we did $650 an hour. And then it was like for the next 2 hours, it was like $200. So yeah, damn it, Bubba, you're right.
I think finally this last year I've gotten Chris to stop checking every 10 minutes. So there would be a point in our history where if we had a rush, every time he had a break in customers, he'd go in and check.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, back to Lent. So we have an early Easter this year. So for us, we only have 2 Fridays in the lentil season this year, which I'm super stoked about. But does anybody, and I think we've talked about this last year, but Lent specials, and does anybody try to compete with fish fries on Friday nights and or for lunches? Or do you even see a drop like we do?
So do you really see a drop, or is it all in your head?
It's not.
Because you were saying that you were at Wiseman and they were pretty slow to begin with.
But we've always been busy for lunch. So that's always a good lunch location for us. And I could pull you for the last 3 years, our Fridays and Lent, and I guarantee you they're all slower than the rest of the Fridays. Or even the rest of the lunches during that week. It's weird because, like last year, we started before Lent started, I think, because it was a super late Easter last year, I think. Right? I think we were open before Lent last year.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe it was only a week, but yeah. So yeah, you get that and you see it. It's there, and then for the next 4 weeks, it's a slow Friday. And last year we did crab loaded mac and cheeses, which were okay. They were fun, and we sold a couple a day for people that said that they wouldn't have been there otherwise. But it wasn't worth
your Krabby Mac.
Krabby Mac, yep. So it wasn't worth it, really. But does anybody else try to cash in on Lent? Skippy, are you going to try to do anything for Lent?
No.
No.
Nope.
No fish things, no non-meat items that you're going to try to throw out?
I mean, nope. No. I don't experiment with those enough. So it's like I don't really want to.
Fish tacos?
Why? Why do I want to throw fish in my smoker?
It doesn't make things taste fishy. Stay away from salmon, but yeah.
But
Justin Harris says shrimp Alfredo for him. But yeah, so we did tilapia, and we've done bluegill, and I think we've done a little bit of perch, depending on whatever we can get for the cheapest price at the time. But yeah, we just do it in a pan, and nothing drips, so nothing. There's no fish smell. All those are really mild fishes, so.
Sounds like you're sending an invoice.
It does? No, I'm not doing anything. Bubba says, concentrate on Easter dinners. Good Friday is historically a horrible day for barbecue sales. Yeah.
True.
We're not open on Easter. It's one of the handful of days that we close. So.
Well, it's Easter Sunday, so. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Normally we're open on Sundays.
Why not just do an Easter menu, or have ham? Do like a nice ham, mashed potatoes, something like that.
We did that one year. I think we were open on Easter one year, and did ham and mashed potatoes and stuff, and it was okay, but nothing great. Bubba's the king of prepackaged holiday meals, so
we didn't even talk about that. I mean, I think we touched on it when he was on the podcast, but
yeah,
either he's the marketing guy or he's got a marketing guy, gal.
Yeah,
probably.
he is.
He's got some daughters.
That is your specialty, so
yeah.
For whatever reason, it's never been something that I've been strong at. I don't know why, but we've tried it a couple times, and it's never really pulled enough for me to want to pursue it further, I guess. I think our Super Bowl got screwed by the Lions this year, so I think we would have been busier if they hadn't been in the NFC Championship or would have made the Super Bowl. So,
I think if they would have been in the Super Bowl, we all would have been busier.
Oh yeah, 100%. But
the state would have needed to truck in more food for all the Super Bowl parties that were happening. I was told, by the way, from somebody who attended the live viewing at Ford Field.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. Like the atmosphere, it's like it was 35,000 people, and the atmosphere was awesome.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't know if I'd ever do it, but
one of our regular customers went. They were in the area already, or had planned on being in the area already for their daughter's cheer competition, so they bought tickets. It would have been cool to be at. But yeah, even if they would have lost a game earlier, I think our sales would have been better for the Super Bowl pre-order. And there was a lot of people emotionally scarred while we had ordering open. So it is what it is, and hope for better next year. But
so I got something. If I can take over for a second,
I suppose.
I know.
I'm not letting you out of this last question I have for you, though. So
all right. We'll do that first. Don't do that first. Go ahead. Do that first.
Last week I asked you when you were opening full time for the year.
Oh.
And you hemmed and hawed about it, and you said, "Oh, they're asking me next week." Like you had something else cooking.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about that just yet.
Okay.
So right now, my first event with the food truck is Sunday. This Sunday.
Right, but that's a one-off, not a I'm open full-time.
Full time right now, I believe, is March 11th.
Okay.
I have a couple events that week.
All right. Are you working, like actively working to fill your schedule?
No.
Why not?
Couple
Is it
reasons.
because of the other thing?
Kind of.
Okay.
I'm constant. I have a lot of irons and fires that. So with the big trailer, I'm trying to concentrate on bigger events. So I've applied for a few festivals that I'm waiting to hear back on.
Yeah.
That's the tough part. And I meant to send you something. There's a 2-day music festival in Grand Rapids. Was it the Upheaval Festival?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going? No. What, you don't do that, or too expensive, or
No,
what?
we were hoping this year to be there. We ended up having something else booked that weekend.
Oh, okay.
I think
There's
a
also
wedding or something, because their applications didn't even open until late January.
yeah.
So it's like I can't keep waiting and turning down weddings when there's no guarantee that I would get into Upheaval, because there is a
Okay.
long list of trucks that are trying to get in. That one's a
Yeah.
very good one, and if you can get in, do it.
There's another one in the middle to end of August too. Same location.
That one's not as good.
I don't remember what the name of it is.
Yeah, I can't remember either, but yeah, those two are both run by the same group. Upheaval is really, really good for food trucks, and I've heard the other one is terrible for food trucks.
Good to know.
So,
Not like I would ever go because that's way too fucking far. Excuse my language.
but yeah, Upheaval is a really solid food truck event from what I've heard. So,
well, with the caliber of bands that are there, it's yeah. So we have food truck rallies. We have there's an IBCA barbecue competition coming to Leslie, Michigan, which is about 15 minutes north. And I called the guy and asked if I could set up the food truck and vend, because they're a huge cidery and expecting a ton of people. So I'm going to do the competition then vend at the same time. It's the
cool.
one with half chickens, ribs, and brisket.
Cool.
I have a lot of months that are actually pretty packed, so it's more of just figuring out which. It's more of March and April are kind of open at the moment.
Okay.
So
All right.
We'll see how the. I hate to keep teasing people. We'll see how the other thing goes first. We've come to a little bit of an agreement on stuff, so it's just timelines.
All right. Cool. Glad to hear it. I'm interested to see how this all unfolds for you, if it unfolds, and just kind of how this year works out. I know you had your goal was to beat me in sales this year, so I'm interested to see how your scheduling's going. So that's all. Right now, our calendar is pretty full. We had hoped to have something on Tuesday nights, a recurring Tuesday night location that didn't pan out. We ended up on Sundays there, so trying to fill Tuesday nights currently. So, but other than that, yeah, schedule's pretty good. Looking forward to this year. It should be a good year. I'm pretty excited about what we have on the calendar via new locations and catering stuff. We should have a couple record breaking months this year. So
I'm hoping to as well.
yeah, June should be our best month we've ever had.
Please stop scraping your desk.
Oh, it's my water glass. Sorry.
Oh, very loud, Mr.
Sorry,
Echoey.
everybody. See that I can't hear.
If this thing pans out, it would change our schedule pretty heavily. I can hear that. I can hear you just touching it. It's a good microphone. Now, you're gonna get us kicked off of YouTube. Okay, they're very political out there. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to talk about. So Tiki Sam, our local pizza guy, went to the local. It's called the Jackson Interfaith Shelter, and it's a shelter of all human beings, and cooked pizza for them out of goodness of his heart. Wasn't paid, just went donated pizza and time and stuff like that. One of our barbecue friends in Indianapolis, friends or the association called like Friends of Fred, and they have various food truck rallies around the Indianapolis area. Anyway, so they went downtown Indy and just, again, weren't paid. They just fed the homeless. Anybody that wanted to come up and get food is free.
Nice.
What do you think about that? And would you ever just do it? Just to do it? Would you ever just do it?
Cook free food for homeless people?
Offer people that might not be able to afford our food, because barbecue typically is on the higher end of fare.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity to just enjoy it and have a good meal. I thought about it a lot, and I would think I would love to do it. We actually have they call it a homeless village. So they've made temporary, like, it almost looks like a shed, to be honest with you, but they made out of abandoned land. They just did that. It's like, I don't know if I'd do it for recognition. I don't think I would even tell anybody. I would probably just go and just do it.
Yes, it is something that we would do, and Chris and I actually had plans. So our day before Thanksgiving gig with the Free Bear and Hot Wings show, we actually thought we made extra food, and our intention was, after we were done, we were going to make sandwiches and walk through downtown Grand Rapids handing out pork sandwiches. But then we ended up selling out. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we have interest in, and we would do. Last year, we kind of talked about doing like a day of service type of thing, something like that.
Yeah.
Where we go out and try to do some goodwill. Here's my thoughts, and you kind of touched it. I wouldn't post that we did it. You know,
yeah.
I wouldn't put it out into the world ahead of time. I wouldn't try to get likes out of the deal. I wouldn't try to get hits to websites off that. If you're going to do it to be a good human being, then do it to be a good human being. Recognition and social media follows and likes don't discredit that a lot and dirty it a lot.
Yep.
It's kind of like the people that say, if we get 1,000 new followers, we'll donate $1,000 to hurricane relief or whatever. If you're going to donate $1,000, just donate $1,000.
Yeah.
Don't try to get something.
You don't need to make a spectacle about it.
Yeah. Don't try to get something out of it.
You
Justin
did turn
Harris,
your mic down.
I'm playing with some settings.
Okay.
Because it didn't used to be bad until we had issues last week with my voice. So I'm also not getting the echo anymore.
Oh, well, that's good.
So yay. Anyways, Justin Harris said he's thought about doing a pay what you want. I like that idea too.
Oh, I also love the idea of the donate a free meal. You know, if you buy one, you can donate one to somebody else.
Yep.
The problem is I think you need a spot where somebody can go to, like a regular spot, like a brick and mortar. I don't think you can just do it for a food truck. I think it'd be pretty tough to do it for a food truck, because they have to be. I mean, I would assume they'd have to follow you unless they are just walking down the street and see you. I did see a new panhandler sign that I've never seen before. Most of the time they say I'm hungry, or, you know, we'll work for food kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
This one says I'm drug free, felony free, and I have epilepsy. Will you help me pay my medical bill? With the Star of David on there. Is that a Jewish thing?
Yeah, it seems like an odd detail to throw out there, but okay.
It was right in the middle. It's like it drew my eyes right there. It's like, you are here.
It'd be one thing if it was like a swastika or something, but
well, you don't see the star. You don't see the Star of David everywhere. Jeez,
That's too bad. We should.
Just saying.
Yeah, Franz also said pay it forward. Pam says, what about going downtown if you've had a bad sales day? Turn the day into a positive by blessing homeless with your food. Better than throwing away food. Pam, I would love to do that, but you always take our leftover food, so I choose to feed the elderly, not the homeless.
Damn.
Love you, Pam. I'm glad you're having a good time.
That was dirty. Pam's going to be my number one fan here pretty soon.
No, that's a great idea, Pam. I like it.
It's hard to. The downside, though, is it's hard to do that because you're already done at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And then you got to go find someplace. And I have found that homeless shelters and such, if you do decide to donate your food. So, because I got a comment on my Facebook page about why don't you just donate it? A lot of times they won't take pre-made food.
Yep.
Unless they've seen it made in front of them, because they don't want to be. They can't be responsible for making somebody sick. So, like if you made chicken and it wasn't to temperature or cross-contamination or whatever, that's the hardest part of what we do is if somebody takes it and doesn't hold it correctly or whatever, it can be a bad thing. So the why don't you donate food is a...
Yeah, there's definitely some health department issues there. I know some... Excuse me. There are a couple in Grand Rapids that will take food, and I know like Patty Manners has donated some food from time to time. So there is a process. I can tell you that
if you take it to your local fire department, they will
yeah,
definitely take care of that food for you.
So yeah, the couple in Grand Rapids is they will temp food as they take it in to make sure that it's at least at correct temperatures, and they will only do it from a certain few trucks that they have relationships with. So, and it's a process, and I hate to be that guy, but they're long effing days, you know?
Yeah.
And for me to go downtown to drop off food is another hour to hour and a half of my day that I just don't have. I don't have mentally, physically in me to do another hour and a half.
Yeah. You already have the drive home and the breakdown. It's like,
yeah. So, Caleb has been taking quite a bit of food when we've had leftovers, and he will drop, just like pulling up to an intersection, he'll hand out a pan of food to the guy at the corner.
Good for him.
And I'm all for it, and I'm glad that he does it, and at least that's what he's telling us he's doing.
Have you noticed that he's gained any weight?
No, he's still skinny as hell. And I wouldn't care if he's taking it home and eating. I would much rather somebody eat it than it get thrown away. Whether I'm making money on it or not. So, in a belly is always better than on the floor.
Or garbage can.
That's what I meant. I don't know where floor came from. We do have a lot of food on the floor from time to time if we're busy. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Well, we got 2 minutes left. We'll take. What?
Pretty good episode.
We did all right. I think we we kind of hit something there. We did good. We did good. Good job, Skippy. Thank you.
That's a long one.
That was too much clapping. We'll take this opportunity for you guys. Please make sure that you subscribe and follow us on social media. Sweet Racks and Smoking Butts Barbecue, PB&J's Barbecue of Michigan. Find us there, and then the Monday morning food truck, Facebook and YouTube, which our streamers are already listening to us there. And then wherever you guys listen to podcasts, if you could go ahead and subscribe to those streams too. I know it's asking a lot, but we'd love to have it. And if you have the extra, go ahead.
I was going to say, FYI, it doesn't take you more than like 30 seconds to share a page. So help us out by sharing it with food truck friends and non-food truck friends alike.
Yep. We hit number 144 in the U.S. for food podcasts on Apple charts over the weekend. So love the momentum. Let's keep it going, guys. Appreciate
number
all
one
the
in India.
Not in India. That was U.S. We are out of the India charts.
Damn.
Josh, please don't go green on pink wording on your post. Yeah, I know. We're working on it. We're taking this opportunity to play with some color combinations and text and fonts. So I'm working on it. Sorry, everybody. I know some of those are hard to read. Also, if you are feeling extra spry and have a TikTok account, go find Sweet Racks and Smoking Butts. Sweet Racks Smoking Butts is the handle on TikTok. Hopefully, we will be also streaming the show live there in the next week. And also, we will be doing, I just lost all of our stuff. We'll be doing live from the truck during service during the year on our TikTok too. So, those of you that are really bored and need some background noise, I'm not going to say it's entertaining, but I'm sure there's a laugh in there or two.
Woo!
That's all I have. Skippy, you got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Have a good week. I think we can do 8 o'clock again next week, everybody. Because I won't have kids here. So, yeah, 8 o'clock next week. You all have a good week. Skippy, have a good week. We'll see you guys all later. Thanks a lot for joining us. Bye.
Yeah.